feel you had a good look at the end there?
Yeah, I did. It was actually a really good one. It was just the guy was riding my arm a little bit. We talked about the officials in the locker room. We can't blame it on them. But on the last shot, yeah, he was kind of riding my arm. But it was still a great opportunity.
What was the difference in the second half?
I think they got a lot of second chance buckets, and they did all the intangible stuff. I mean, diving on the floor, there was a couple possessions where we could have turned the game around, but I mean, they just out-hustled us. So I think they just out-hustled us in the second half, and I mean, they played harder than us.
How do you feel seeing how last game you came out and you weren't being out-hustled, you weren't being outworked, you guys had the fire in the motion, and tonight followed up, and then you don't have that again. I mean, looking back at all the losses, it seems like that's kind of been the common denominator.
Yeah, it's definitely frustrating. Being a player on this team, I definitely need to voice my opinion a lot, and just try to maintain a effort so that I can be setting an example for these guys. So I mean, like I said, we just need to play harder, man. That's what it comes down to. That's what this game really comes down to. It was a grind out game, and I mean the team that played hardest, I think, came out with the win.
What was the reaction to Craig's technical?
The reaction, I think it got us going a little bit, but it should have got us going a lot more. I mean, I think they got to play a little more chippy than us. They're playing us pretty physical and stuff. So I mean, it was definitely tough offensively when they're able to play that physical to go on the defensive side and kind of not get the same calls. But I mean, we just gotta fight through that and just play harder. And there's a couple buckets in the second half where we could have changed the momentum of the game, and we failed to.
It seemed like particularly the calls of question came when you guys were on offense, kind of driving to the hoop. How did that affect your game?
A lot of offensive fouls that were, we say, questionable calls or whatever, but Devon had a few of them. I think maybe Roberto had one or something like that. So that changed the game, and those could be and ones or free throws or stuff like that. So it definitely determines the game a little bit, but you just kind of can't try to blame it on that situation.
Mentally, did that guys affect you, knowing that if you went to the rack, you maybe one call didn't allow you to play as aggressive as you would like?
Yeah, especially if you're trying to be aggressive and go up and get fouls. I mean, sometimes. I mean, it's a tough call, though. I mean, that charge call and the block call, it's really tough, especially for a ref because it happens so fast. But, I mean, I don't know. There was a lot of charges tonight. And, I mean, they did a great job of being in help, but I think there was a few of them that definitely could have went our way.
Roberto, what happened on that one where you were kind of diving? You and Edgar sprawled over the
Yeah, I don't know, man. I caught the ball, turned around, the guy was right there. I mean, he was clearly in my path, so I fell down, and I got a offensive foul for that. So I don't know, man. I'm just playing hard, and I'm at a loss of words for that. I don't really know. I was just out there playing hard, man. I had the ball, so I didn't push off or anything. I fell to the ground, so I don't really know how that was called, but like it wasn't just that play. I mean, we could have turned it around in the second half.
Was that the most physical game of the year?
One of them. I don't know.
It was one of them. It wasn't the most, though.
One of them, for sure.
Roberto, 3 to end the first half and then a 3 to come back and start the second half. At what point did you feel like the momentum was slipping away? Because it seemed like you guys were kind of on fire there.
I didn't really feel it. I don't think they pulled away to the very end. I mean, we're just 2 baskets off in the last couple of minutes. So I don't really think they pulled off to the very end. I think when the ball went up, we had the rebound and it bounced off of our foot. I think that was it was tough because we were in a situation where we could have potentially cut the game to a one bucket lead for them. So I think that kind of was tough, giving them the ball back after we played great defense.
Ahmad, when you took the bank shot with about 8 seconds left, was that just kind of taking a situation where you were just taking what the defense was giving you as far as not taking the 3?
Yeah, as far as just taking what they were giving to me, I wanted to set up for the 3 actually, but I didn't want to force it. You don't want to take a bad shot in this situation. So I just tried to get close to possible and either draw Devon's man to me, but he kind of stayed back, so I just put it off the glass. So taking what they gave me.
How much of a mental test was this game, you know, as far as how physical it was, and then trying to stay focused on the game and kind of playing that way?
I mean, I think, like I said, mentally, it takes a toll on us because this is one I think we let slip away from us, but we just got to keep grinding, and that's all we can do. I mean, we can't hang our heads at all. We just got to go back to the lab and go to work and just try to get those couple extra stops a game. And I think those couple extra stops, along with a couple more free throws, could be the difference in these close losses that we have.
Talk a little bit about defending the lab. 10 for 11 from the field, 2 for 2 to free throw line.
I'll speak on that. He got a lot of, like, it was like a lot of, like you said, hustle buckets, like, as well. It wasn't really he was breaking us off the dribble or anything like that, because I had him for some, Roberto, different guys had him, and Langston, but it seemed like he got some offensive rebounds, different things like that. So it was just tough. He was just really active in that sense. Nothing too much like off the dribble or stuff like that. So it's tough to kind of do that. But he had a good game.
Moving forward, what do you take from this game? I mean, could it be a positive, being able to mentally do challenge like that?
It can always be a positive outcome as we work towards this Bay Area trip next week, but you have to make it that way. You just can't say you learn from it and go on. You have to actually learn from it and then take it to the next step. So that's our task right now.